The United Nations Security Council votes to pass a new sanctions resolution against North Korea. Jason DeCrow, AP Images. The UN Security Council has unanimously adopted a U.S.-drafted resolution imposing new sanctions on North Korea following its sixth and largest nuclear test. With backing from China and Russia, the Council voted 15-0 on Monday to slap a ban on textile exports and restrict shipments of oil products to North Korea. The resolution is a watered-down version of the U.S. original proposal. It does ban North Korea from importing all natural gas liquids and condensates, but it only caps Pyongyang's imports of crude oil at the level of the last 12 months. And it limits the import of refined petroleum products to 2 million barrels a year. Opinion. Peace with North Korea is still possible. It also bans all textile exports and prohibits all countries from authorizing new work permits for North Korean workers, two key sources of hard currency. The U.S. initial proposal included an assets freeze on North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and a complete ban on countries selling oil to his regime. But the measures were softened to appease China and Russia. It is the ninth resolution unanimously adopted by the 15-member Council since 2006 over North Korea's ballistic missile and nuclear programs. Not looking for war. As ambassador to the UN Nikki Haley said the bans on textile exports and overseas workers alone would starve the regime of at least $1.3 billion in annual revenues, an estimated $800 million and $500 million respectively. She added that the U.S. is not looking for war with North Korea and Pyongyang has not passed the point of no return. If it agrees to stop its nuclear program, it can reclaim its future. If it proves it can live in peace, the world will live in peace with it, she told the UN Security Council after the Council adopted the new sanctions. Today's resolution would not have happened without the strong relationship that has developed between President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi. Trump has vowed not to allow North Korea to develop a nuclear missile capable of hitting the mainland United States. North Korea was condemned globally for its latest nuclear test on September 3, which it said was of an advanced hydrogen bomb. Resume talks sooner rather than later. China's UN ambassador Liu Jie called on North Korea to take seriously the expectations and will of the international community to halt its nuclear and ballistic missile development, and called on all parties to remain cool-headed and not stoke tensions. Liu said relevant parties should resume negotiations sooner rather than later to kickstart talks. China and Russia have proposed a dual suspension of North Korea's nuclear and ballistic missile testing, as well as U.S. and South Korean military exercises. We think it's a big mistake to underestimate this Russia-China initiative. It remains on the table at the Security Council and we will insist on it being considered. Russian UN Ambassador Vasily Nebenzia told the Security Council. Haley has called the proposal insulting. U.S. will pay the price. North Korea warned the United States earlier on Monday that it would pay the price for spearheading efforts on UN sanctions. The world will witness how the DPRK tames the U.S. gangsters by taking a series of actions tougher than they have ever envisaged, the Foreign Ministry said in a statement carried by the official KCNA news agency. DPRK stands for the North's formal name, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Read more. 3 things to know about North Korea's missile tests. Traditionally, the United States has discreetly negotiated with China on any North Korea sanctions before expanding talks to the full council once the 5 veto powers have agreed. More recently, this has typically taken 1 to 3 months. But after the latest nuclear test, Haley took a more public approach. announcing that she would circulate a draft resolution to all council members and that she intended to call for a vote on September 11.